Hey, you guys, welcome back to the channel. I got a video from English Heritage here. They always put out good stuff. But this is Roman bathing and wellness. How were Roman baths really used? And so it says in the description that they're heading to Wroxeter Roman City. That's the name of the city. It's interesting. Um, I will link this video in the description along with links to Patreon and how you can support the channel here on YouTube. This is wild, seeing like Roman ruins and then there's like a farmhouse over here. That's crazy. All right, let's go ahead and jump into this.
If you think that gym memberships,
Ooh,
spa treatments and
artifacts.
pamper sessions are thoroughly modern concepts, then think again, because a Roman was definitely indulging in them first. In fact, Roman attitudes to health, fitness and wellness aren't all that different from today's.
Isn't it funny how the Romans were like big into like and had these bathhouses for this, but like then you go like years later and you have like British royalty that like thought it was bad for you to bathe. Isn't that crazy?
They were
Crazy.
just less reliant on protein shakes.
I love a good shower, man. Good bath.
Romans exercised, socialized and shopped just like you. Well, as long as you like shopping for tunics and amulets. But where did they go? Well, they went to the baths,
Massive.
but not as you know it. As we'll find out today, whether you were filthy rich or dirt poor, the baths were about so much more than your daily dip.
Like his pilot jacket, bomber
I'm Ben
jacket.
Shires, and I'm about to take a deep dive with the experts at English Heritage to learn more about how Roman baths ran.
You know, my best friend, he spent a lot of time in Morocco. He still does. He was just there a couple weeks ago. But that was one thing he would always tell you. He loved going to like bathhouses and stuff. And it's not something you find here. I don't think it's a common thing there either. I could be wrong. Let me know in the comments. But he really enjoyed it. Wow.
I'm here at Wroxeter Roman City, a site cared for by English Heritage, and I'm joined by one of their properties historians, Andrew Roberts. Andrew, great to see you.
Hi.
And what a site to begin with. It's very evocative, isn't it?
Yeah, hugely evocative. It's one of our most special Roman sites. The remains here really kind of speak to what life would have been like in Roman Britain.
Now, I'm
That's
no
huge,
expert, but I'm
huge
guessing
site.
it didn't always look like this. So can you set the
That
scene
can't
for
just
us
be a
about what
bathhouse,
Wroxeter was
can it?
really about?
So if we were standing here about 1800 years ago, we would have been standing right at the centre of the city of Wroxeter, as the Romans knew it, Viraconium, and we'd be surrounded by its most important and impressive buildings. The city was founded in about AD 90, about 50 or so
Wow.
years into the Roman conquest and occupation of Britain.
That looks
And it's really in its
modern.
heyday by about the 2nd and 3rd centuries. And what you see today when you visit Wroxeter is only its very centre basically, but the city once stretched out across what is today fields, and the surrounding landscape would have been covered in shops and houses, and really it would have been a really thriving place.
They were so ahead of their time.
And here where we're standing, we'd be in the middle of the public bathhouse, and this is a complex that takes up an entire city block and consists of a large basilica, a hall, a market, a food market, some shops and a grand bathing suite as well.
So Andrew, these incredible sort of excavated remains we can
Look at
see behind
that.
us, are what is left of the bathhouse complex. And I think for a modern audience, Romans and bathing go hand in slippery hand. It seems to be synonymous with Romans. They loved their bath time, but was it scrub in a
Same.
tub, or did it have more significance? What was the link between Romans and bathing?
Well, the Romans
Really
bathed
social.
together in rooms that were heated to specific temperatures. And yes, they did have bathtubs, but they were kind of larger, sort of communal baths. And it wasn't just a quick scrub, it was a far more involved process.
So they've really thought about this then. This isn't just come in and have a bath. This is come in and have all these different sensory experiences, as we would phrase them now. I'm sure Romans weren't sold it in that regard. They understood how the human body would respond to those different conditions.
Well, certainly, indeed, at a place like Wroxeter, where they had this large bathing suite, you'd have different kinds of
What are
heat. So you'd have a sort of a
those?
wet, steamier heat, and you'd have a drier heat, almost like a modern-day sauna. And then if that wasn't enough for you, you could also maybe get a massage. And the Romans didn't like to have body hair, so you'd also have your hair plucked at the bathhouse as well.
Wow.
I mean, that's a full-on body MOT, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's easy to sort of draw those modern
Well,
comparisons,
really
isn't it? Because there's so
modern.
much about this bathing complex, this sort of vast site dedicated to something that we still do today. And it wasn't just bathing taking part in this complex. What else could people do?
Well, there's a large basilica just outside of the bathing suite, and this is a really multifunctional space which could accommodate hundreds of people. And we think this would have been the perfect location for specialists to ply their trade. So we think that in the basilica you would have had maybe doctors, witches, hairdressers, and makeup artists. So they're kind of taking care of your needs that aren't taken care for in the bath itself.
So there's all sorts of ways to
That's
spend money.
wild.
Presumably
That's so
then,
cool.
the more money you had, the better or more lavish an experience you would get. Would that be fair?
I think that would be fair, but it's still pretty nice and luxurious, even if you didn't have a lot of money to spend. You probably find that the rich would bathe more often, and they probably take longer because they had more free time.
Andrew, this complex seems to be centred around health and well-being. Did the Romans have a concept of wellness as we would know it today?
Not as we would know it today. I don't think they would have really identified with that concept. But if you think about what went on at the public bathhouse, and you think about wellness as being, say, having
Are those like
healthy
foundations?
habits that improve your physical
Yeah.
and your mental well-being and really ensure that you thrive in your life, that's definitely what's going on here. The Roman orator Cicero once wrote that bathing is one of the necessities for life and health. And we have plenty of accounts of Romans coming out of the bath and just really feeling great about themselves and having life's cares, worries, life's pains just disappear. And this bath
Yeah, you think about it, like you can have a bath or a shower after you've been like sick or anything like that. You feel like a brand new person. I'm still sick. I'm sorry if I'm still like sniffling. It's actually worse now than it was 2 days ago. So it's like one day I'm feeling good. I'll feel good for like when I get up, I'm like, oh, I'm feeling great today. And then like get to about like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and I'm like, ah, I feel awful. My sinuses are killing me. I'm like way stuffier than I have been. Ugh.
bathhouse remains at the centre of Wroxeter life for over 250 years. And what it really shows is how much the residents valued spending time in nice surroundings, in good company, and investing time and effort in taking care of themselves. And that's as important in the modern world as it was in the ancient one.
Sounds great. Can I get a membership still, or?
Yeah, you need to join English Heritage first though.
Oh yeah. That was a fascinating chat with Andrew about how magnificent Wroxeter was in its heyday, as well as the important role that wellness played in Roman daily life.
Wroxeter.
Well, I'm now off to catch up with Cameron Moffat, who's English Heritage's collections curator for the West Midlands, to see the types of objects that have been dug up on Roman sites like Wroxeter and
See, I
what these
like
discoveries
this.
can tell us about Roman wellness.
Because I'm always like, see these old sites, and I'm like,
Cameron,
man, what
hi.
kind of stuff did they
Hi.
I
find?
am very excited to chat to you and also find out all about this amazing collection that you have in front of you.
Yes, we have a huge collection from Wroxeter, and we have many objects that relate to bathing, because it was an activity that required lots of accessories. Many of the things I have in front of me are replicas, and I'm going to use them to give you a really good idea of what you needed to take to the baths. This is something called a strigil. And as the Romans did not have bath soap, what you did to get the dirt off your body, away from your skin, was, first of all, you did some exercise to work up a sweat and open your pores. And then you would rub some oil into your skin, or otherwise you would get someone to rub the oil in for you, possibly a bath slave. And then you would scrape it off with the strigil, and the strigil took the oil which had lifted the dirt off your skin, took all of it away. And then the final stage was that you would have someone would pour a cold bucket of water over you, basically.
We also have the other side of Roman beliefs, the mystical and
Yes.
the magical side.
Yes, their understanding and belief was that illness was almost invariably the result of being cursed. And that curse would, as often as not, have come from the evil eye. And so one of the best and most sensible things that you could do to keep yourself healthy was to avoid being cursed. And you avoided being cursed by protecting yourself with magic. And so I have a couple of genuine Roman amulets here, which are types of magic with which you would protect yourself. And so one of these is, you can tell me what that is.
I think I had this removed last week, actually. It was causing me some problems at the back. Well, this is a tooth, isn't it?
It is.
Of what animal, I'm not sure. I'd hazard a guess at maybe, a bear or something like that?
A dog. I think it's a dog tooth.
Wow. So how did this then provide protection against a curse?
Well, you can see that it's been perforated. There's a hole in it so that it could hang around your neck from a cord. And the Romans believed that you could use like to treat like. And so a tooth would be very effective to treat diseases relating to teeth or conditions relating to teeth. You could wear that and believe and hope that it would give you some relief.
And presumably protection from a dog bite as well. That feels like it could
point.
be. Yeah,
maybe.
And what about
Or
this
encourage
then?
it.
You say this is also a protection device.
This is also a protective amulet. These are something you get a lot of at Wroxeter, and here you have a representation of an eye which can be used to attract and then deflect the curse of the evil eye. They were probably very popular with the large slave population because these were essentially free.
And talk to me also about this object, because I'm intrigued. I'm going to be absorbed in your answer, which I imagine is part of its purpose. I'm
like her.
dreading to think what this was for.
Right, so the Romans bring latrines and proper built toilets to Britain and
Not
much
to
of the
get your
empire.
back.
But there were things that they didn't quite get
Well,
right.
kind of, I guess.
Here at Wroxeter, we have a public latrine, and everybody is sitting over an open channel. In the center of your public latrine, there would have been a tank of
Oh, this
water,
is crazy.
and just one of these for everyone to use.
I guess we do have them. We just have partitions.
And so you would go and you'd dunk it in the water and clean it up a bit, but of course you could never really get it all that clean. What came before? Loo roll.
Right. I mean, it's obviously appalling, but also it just feels so insubstantial. I thought it would be at least a big sponge, but that thing, it's just a dabber, if anything. Cameron, I can see that some of the objects have come together in a little sort of kit bag arrangement. So is this what your average Roman would have been bringing into the baths?
If they could afford this, yes. Yeah, but yes, it was. All your tools for the bath are here together. The oil, the strigil, and the little set with the nail cleaner and the tweezers and a little scoop for various purposes.
Wow.
A multi-purpose scoop. It's incredible. I love to see these things because some of them, like the tweezers, almost exactly what we'd use today. The strigil, the sponge on a stick, less so. Depending on lifestyle, definitely less so. But they were obviously living a life of relative luxury and enjoyment and sort of physical fulfillment.
Oh yeah, bathing was huge. Bathing was one of the top perks of the Roman Empire. Yep.
And we are in Perk Central right here.
I think we are.
That's awesome. See, I'm already loving this video more than any one of these that we've watched. Not that like I don't enjoy the history of all of them, but like just because this one like I actually answers some of the questions I usually have with these videos as far as like how did they do this? Like that's kind of what I'm thinking about, like the smaller picture to the bigger picture and how it was like put to use and what kind of artifacts that they found there. I always think about that.
It may have gotten a bit drafty over the past 2,000 years, but in its heyday, Roman Wroxeter really was the height of luxury. And when it comes to hygiene and wellness, we share a lot more in common with the Romans than we might initially think, from plucking out pesky hairs with tweezers to maintaining a regular skincare regime. The Romans really did scrub up well. In fact, come to think of it, I reckon I'd have made a pretty good Roman myself. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must dash. I've got a meeting to get to and I haven't even started running my bath yet.
That was good. That was a really good one. I enjoyed that one a lot. I hope you guys did as well. You guys will have to let me know if you have visited this site. It looked like it was fairly open for like people to go and just walk around and touch stuff. You guys will have to let me know whether that is the case. This honestly might be one of my favorite ones that we've looked at. If I could only go to like one of these Roman spots, I think it would probably be this one. It seems so attacked. I would love to see like how, if it feels as big as it looks when you're standing in it. Maybe you guys could answer that for me in the comments. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I hope you guys did too. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. Hype the video if you're on your mobile. I don't know if it works on tablet or not as well, but you can hype the video. It's absolutely free. It just gets it out there to more people. For me, it helps the channel. And yeah, I will catch you guys tomorrow with another video. See you then.